It's funny because I think that startups are starting to come around to the idea of just how valuable podcasting can be for their business, to help them develop authority, to help them reach their target audience. But not as many service businesses, not as many agencies have done this. And it's like, to me, it's crazy because I think it's almost more valuable for those businesses. If you're going to speak to the agency's side of things, obviously I know they're not a lot of your clients, but that's what you are. So what should an agency think about if they're considering starting a podcast? Who is a podcast good for?
Okay, I guess the first step is, do you enjoy listening to podcasts, and do you enjoy talking? I think that's the first one. I was really afraid, honestly. English isn't my first language, and that was kind of the biggest scares for me starting off. And will I be able to have engaging interviews with my guests? That was the first worry for me. I think a lot of people don't have that worry, but I think some people might have the worry that, am I good enough? Will I be able to put out good content? And if I was able to do that, I'm sure anyone in our audience will be able to do the same thing. So first thing is to think about, do you actually enjoy listening to podcasts, and are you ready to put yourself out there? Number two, defining your niche and finding a target audience. Since you're probably serving already client base, I would go after the same people in a way. So just providing more value to them. And if I had to start again, I would even get more niche specific. I think a lot of people got inspired by John Lee Dumas and Andrew Warner from Mixergy, who do those really vague interviews, ask about their past and future and goal setting and habits and morning routines and everything. But if I had to start again, I would get really niche specific, like you do, Andy. You don't have you'll never be able to reach millions of people who are listening, but the amount of people who are listening will come back to you every single week. They're engaged. They will buy your stuff. They will buy your services. So I would get really niche specific and choose your target audience really carefully. Smaller, the better. And third one, tie it up in the same way as I did with your services. Have a link in your blog posts whenever you publish an episode. I missed a point before that. You have to decide whether you're going to do interviews or just talk on your own. So that's kind of obvious. Whatever you enjoy more, pick one of those. And once you do that, have a simple link in blog posts whenever you publish an episode, and advertise your services the same way Hubstaff does and you do, Andy. Just beginning of episode and in the end of the episode. And just with those 3 steps, you'll be pretty good to go.